Hello, hello, and good evening, and welcome to the second commentary episode of this Minecraft world. And today we're doing the second of the Great Wall of Planning plans, I guess, which is going to be building a basic home. And first of all, we flat out an area. You just gotta pick somewhere that, like, it makes sense to make something over there. Like, it's near water, as you can see. It's like in within the range of the village, and it is where the pathway of the village leads, even if the whole village doesn't go that way. And I always just like think of an area, and then I spend some time running around and just thinking about what you want to do or what I want to do. And this base design is something that looks kind of like a really early game, something that's been kind of mashed up by someone that purely wants to survive, which is good, which is another thing that I want to talk about. And that is that you need to make sure that the lore of a build is consistent with the time that it is built in, like whether it's like a time that you've picked in fiction, or whether it's supposed to signal like the progression of a world, a Minecraft world. And another thing is very important. You should try and outline your builds. First of all, make a shape and then start like going into it. And normally you should make the shape out of like building blocks that are easy to mine. So if you want to change it, wood isn't really good. Dirt is, I guess, for early game. And yeah, and another thing that I really like to have with early game style builds is for it to be able to be accessible from different regions. Like as you can see, I've put three different entrances. I do change it to two because it needs to stay consistent with the village and the pathway of the village. But still, it makes sense. Another really important thing is to know that your builds are gonna look like a box at first. And that's just normal. That is just a given. Don't tear it down because you don't like the first box that it is. It's gonna end up looking better than you might imagine. And another thing is foundation. This build, considering the particular time that it is built in, plus the resources that it's made of and the lore behind it, doesn't have any foundation under it. Like there is no cement under this building because you've not progressed enough. So you have to make the foundation outside of the building. And the building is mainly made out of wood. You just kind of think of it as like trying to hold what you've built together. And this is what I do with the wood around it. And also, the wood that you spread around it isn't gonna be wood that's like good, because again, you're at the very start of a Minecraft world. So you need to add a bunch of detail, such as signs, slabs, buttons, etc., for it to look like it's just a bunch of different woods and materials that you found on the ground, and you're using it for foundation because you're trying to make do with what you have, and you have a lot of that. So yeah, and you just want to go around it. There really needs not be a like rhythm of building blocks that you use other than the main parts. So then you have the main part of the main build, and then you have the main part of the foundation of the build, and those are important. You need to keep those in mind as you're building. And again, you want to make your build look like it's in place. So that's why I add the pathway in the weird way that path normally generates. And another thing is try and make it look like the build was made with the blocks that the rest of the village uses. Like, you don't see a lot of regular spruce logs in the village. You see a lot of stripped in the village, stripped logs in the village. And as you can see, I get rid of the third entrance because, well, it's not consistent with the pathway of the village like the other two. And I just strip all of the wood, and yeah, this is just pretty basic stuff. And I'm I'm running out of things to talk about, so I'm gonna pivot to something else, and that is going to be other videos. If you just care about the progression of, I guess, this Minecraft world, every few videos I'm gonna make a separate video where it's just gonna be the progression of those videos smashed together. These are just to mark my thought process and also the idea of a build. And yeah, and like my ideas and just me yapping. Like, this is pretty pretty boring stuff. If you don't put it in the background, again, I really recommend. Anyways, so back to the build. As you can see, I've placed the logs towards like the entrances and also the areas in the like different, I guess, corners, you could say. I don't know. But entrances matter significantly because you also have to like keep in mind that, oh yeah, another thing, this build over here, it's gonna have a roof made out of black wool, and we're gonna add that soon. I don't have sheep. So keeping that in mind, how does light get into this building? It gets in through the doorways, and light affects the wood around it. So therefore, the sunlight is changing the color of the logs, and using that, we can figure out where we actually want to use the gradient that we are using. And yeah, that's about it. I just add a bunch of different details all around. Try and mix in many different blocks made by like wood types, made by a certain wood type. Blocks that kind of look similar, and yeah, that's about it. That is the second goal completed. Bye.